Welcome to the Margins to Movies podcast, where we talk books, movies, and everything in between. We're your hosts, your favorite internet bookworms. I'm Nita Key.
And I'm Della B. Before we get into today's topic, let us say that we accept tithes and offering over here in the form of likes, hypes, and subscribes. And it's all free. So show your girls some love.
Yes, please show your girl some love. Now, we are gathered here today to discuss the film adaptation of Lauren Weisberger's book, The Devil Wears Prada. Okay, so we will be discussing book one as well as the film, The Devil Wears Prada. Now, let me give the spoiler alert. There will be spoilers, okay? Now, please understand that The Devil Wears Prada was published in 2003, the book, and the film came out in 2006. So if you haven't read it and watched it by now, you probably don't want to, all right? But we still have to give our spoiler alert. We're going to talk about everything from the rooter to the tutor. Now, Della B, you want to give us a synopsis of The Devil Wears Prada?
I sure will. So, The Devil Wears Prada is about 23-year-old Andrea Sachs. She has just graduated from Brown University with her degree in journalism. She's looking to secure her dream job as a writer with The New Yorker. She ends up securing a position with Elias Clark as a junior assistant to the editor-in-chief, Miranda Priestly. Now, Miranda is the devil in the title, The Devil Wears Prada. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
So, while trying to meet Miranda's unreasonable demands and ridiculous whims, Andy loses herself, her relationships, and almost her mind. She only needed to keep this job for 1 year, and she said to herself, I think I can hang in there for 1 year, because she knew that if she worked for Miranda for 1 year, she would be able to get a job anywhere she wanted. And remember, she's trying to get that job at The New Yorker. That's her dream job. Okay. But Miranda is just completely unreasonable.
Nuts.
So going through all of this that she's going through, finally one day, Miranda pushes her too far. And after realizing that she doesn't even know who she is anymore, Andy finally stands up for herself and says, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. She quits the job from hell, and then in the end, she finally reclaims her identity, her life, and her sanity. That's it in a nutshell.
So the reason why we're reviewing book one is because the movie just came out, The Devil Wears Prada 2. And we have both seen the movie. I think you, Della, you seen the movie more than me. I only saw it like once, but you seen it way more than that, huh?
Yes, I did. I probably saw the movie over the years, probably 5 or 6 times.
So for this review, what we really want to focus on is the characters, right? Because what stood out to us is basically the differences between the characters in the book and the movie. And also, it's a very character-driven plot, you know?
Yes.
So we really want to focus on 5 main characters, and we're just going to tell you a little bit about them, about how they're showed up differently in the book than they showed up in the movie, and then also talked about how we felt about the characters in each.
Absolutely.
All right, you ready, Della?
I'm ready.
Girl, we're going to start with the boyfriend of Andy, Andrea Sachs, and that is Alex, okay? Now, in the book, Alex is Alex Feynman. Mm-hmm. He is this saint and do-gooder. He works for Project America, I think, that he is going into the schools, you know, into the elementary schools, and he wants to help the children because the children are the future. He believes that, right? Baby, when he get into school with those baby kids, honey, he does not know what hit him, all right? Those kids are bad. Do you hear me? And he is having a very rough time, and I thought it was very interesting, the juxtaposition of him having a very stressful job and not a lot of time for Andy. And Andy, while working with Miranda Priestly at this, I mean, it's Vogue, okay? It's runway is Vogue, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, she's working for this demanding Miranda Anna Wintour type person, and she is just as stressed out and crazy and discombobulated as him, but his work, you would say, is more meaningful, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought that was very interesting that the author gave him that job. But in the movie, her boyfriend's name is Nate, and he is a chef at a restaurant. He's not a saint. You know, he's just a guy who was there for her. I felt like the way they depicted Alex in the book, he was almost too perfect. You know
Too
what I'm
perfect.
saying?
Yeah.
Because like the way he was so patient, he was so understanding. She was always canceling dates and
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't be there for him on his birthday. I remember like when reading the book, I was wondering, does she like him? Because not only does she not spend a lot of time with him, every time she was talking about doing something, she's going out with Lily or she's going
Mm-hmm.
out to some industry party or some stuff like that. And it seemed like, even though it's first person, we didn't really think about him that much, you
Well,
know?
and then you remember in the book, they didn't live together. But in
They
the
did.
movie, they did live together in an apartment. So I don't know if that was part of the reason why they weren't as connected,
Mm,
because they weren't together all the time. Because again, she went to her own apartment and he went to his. And then also, he was just meant to be just so understanding of what she was going through because he knew that she said she only needed to work there for 1 year and
yeah.
she would be able to get her dream job. So he came across as understanding until one day he just said, enough's enough.
Yeah, and when I was reading it, I felt like I didn't get that in love feeling,
Yeah.
maybe more so in the movie, I felt like they seemed to be like in love.
Yes,
But
I
in the
agree.
book, I felt like it was convenient. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they were like more like good friends or something.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like good friends. They've been together for 3 years. They're very familiar, right?
Yes.
So in the book, the breaking point was when Andy tells Alex that she is going to Paris Fashion
Yes.
Week because Emily has mono. Emily is the senior assistant who is training her as the junior assistant to Miranda Priestly. So she finds out that Emily's not going so she's gonna have to go. So she's gonna have to come and tell Alex, who has been planning this wonderful homecoming weekend for them, that she was basically making him plan. And he had spent
Mhm.
this man, his little teacher, he don't
Yeah.
have no teacher. And so he spent money on the hotels and everything. And she's just like, oh, good news. I'm going to
Yeah.
Paris. And he like, girl, I know you lying, right?
Yeah.
And she says that he got mad for the first time. She had never seen him angry. And what was crazy, like when I was reading it, she was trying to climb all over him and climb in his lap and
Mhm. Mhm.
I was like,
Mhm.
"Girl, you see this man mad." You know
Bad.
what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Not that I
Yeah.
felt like he was gonna get violent or anything, but I
Yeah.
felt like let him be mad. Like he
Yeah.
has a legitimate reason to be mad. Stop crawling all over him. Stand
Mhm.
up,
Mhm.
okay, and have the conversation. You disappointed him again, and he does
Yeah.
not have to be happy about it.
Yeah, yeah, I thought he was very, very reasonable, and until, like you said, until that time when he said, "Look, I've put up with all the times when you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. I'm literally not even second on your list. You don't talk to
He's
your
not even
parents.
saying he
Yeah, you don't talk to your parents. You don't talk to your friend, and certainly not me." So, yeah, till that was when he finally said, "Maybe we need to take a break."
Yeah, and I like that moment because it was like it was time for someone to call her out because
Yeah.
she kept acting like I didn't have a choice as for my job. You actually
Yep.
do have a choice. You could
Yep.
quit the job. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And what I liked about the book with Alex is that they didn't get back together. They took a break and then they did not get to back together. But in the
Yeah.
movie, she and Nate, they had a Hollywood situation where they did get back together. Yes. So that was Alex. Another major character we want to talk about is the friend Lily. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Lily was a much bigger subplot in the book than in the
Yes.
movie. In the
Yes.
book, Lily was a fully developed and fleshed out character. She had parents who abandoned her. She grew up with her grandmother. When she was with her parents, they was in some type of cult type situation.
Yeah. That was
Her
weird.
grandmother gathered and had to unbrainwash her,
Yeah.
and she had a lot of issues, right? So she was was she in a doctoral program?
Yes.
She was in
Mhm.
school. I think she was in a doctoral program. So, very intelligent woman, but she also was engaging in the alcohol, okay? She was engaging in the men, just random men sleeping with every night. There was a point where she got drunk and exposed
Mhm.
herself in public. She
Mhm.
driving drunk. She got
Yeah.
arrested. I mean, she just was making really, really horrible choices. And I felt like in the movie, they kind of cut that whole subplot with her. And she
Mhm.
was literally just a side minor B character, just Andy's friend. What did you
Yeah.
think about
I tell you, I didn't like Lily in the book. I thought she was, I don't know if clingy is the word I'm looking for. She seemed
Yeah.
to be like a needy friend. And in the movie, she was more self sufficient. She took care of herself. She had her own place. She ran the art gallery. So I didn't really like her in the book. I didn't like her drinking. I didn't like her sleeping with this man, sleeping with that man. And I felt like I don't know if she was vying for attention from Andy, and then that just made it harder with what Andy was trying to deal with Miranda. I don't know. I just didn't like her character in the book. In the movie, I liked it, even though it wasn't fully developed. We didn't know her background story. I
Yeah.
still liked her better in the movie than I did in the book.
She actually played a very pivotal role in the book because in the book, she got injured, she was in a coma, and then she was forcing Andy to basically choose between her job and her love for her best friend. You know, are you going to go and be with your friend while she's in a coma, or are you going to stay in Paris with Miranda? So she had to make that choice.
Yeah, and that was pretty much when she decided that what Miranda was doing was too much and she'd had enough.
Yeah, girl, she was like, "Oh, great time for you and your food."
Yeah, but I still like Lily better in the movie than in the book, because again, I know that she had her issues growing up, but she just seemed like a needy friend, and it just seemed like Andy didn't need that at the time.
I feel like Lily, the character, the way she was written, it brought a darkness to the book because I feel that the subject matter is actually pretty lighthearted. I mean,
I
aside from
agree.
the fact that, you know, this woman is a narcissist, she driving these people crazy. But I mean, it was pretty lighthearted. It's a fun read, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got this girl dealing with alcoholism and
yeah.
scary dudes home and, you know, just having deep issues. And I'm like, I mean, I guess that's good on the author for trying to bring in that in-depth subplot, but I understand why they cut it from the movie, and I thought that was a
Mm-hmm.
good choice to cut it from the movie. That was
I
it was
agree.
going on with Lily.
It was way
Yeah.
too much.
Okay, so the next character we're going to talk about is Emily. Okay, so Emily is the junior assistant to Miranda Priestly, honey, and she moved on up, honey, moving on up to
Mm-hmm.
senior assistant at Runway. Now she has different responsibilities as it relates to Miranda. She does billing and booking and stuff like that, and Andy is responsible for the menial task, you know. So, for example, she's going to pick up her dry cleaning. She's going to get the magazines every day. She's making sure she has her breakfast, lunch, and dinner, honey.
Yeah.
So Emily she's kind of like, not like her boss. She is training her, but she doesn't really respect her that much because she feels like Andy is not a fashionista.
Mm-hmm.
She don't really belong there, and she probably don't even understand how she got the job. So their relationship was a little contentious. A difference between the book and the movie was that in the movie she got hit by a car. She couldn't go to Fashion Week in the movie because Andy took her place. Then she got hit by a car, right?
Right.
In the book she had mono, and that's why she couldn't go to Fashion Week. So what did you
Right.
think about the character of Emily?
Well, I actually liked Emily in the book better than I liked her in the movie. I didn't dislike her in the movie, but in the book, I thought that her and Andy eventually had a better relationship. I remember them laughing and joking about stuff that Miranda did. Miranda was telling them to do, and they
Yeah.
kind of just were saying ridiculous things and
Yeah.
just were laughing. So their relationship in the book was, you know, it became more friends eventually. In the movie, it didn't really show them becoming friends. I mean, they kind of just, you know, just went along with it because she was training her.
Yeah.
So, and I think that Emily wanted to be a Miranda in certain
Oh,
aspects.
she worshipped her.
Oh
She
yeah, oh yeah. But I liked Emily better in the book because of how she became, and then she felt bad about some of the things that Miranda was telling her to have Andy do. So she just seemed like a more compassionate character in the book than she did in the movie.
Yeah, I thought so too. I liked also her relationship with Andy because Andy didn't really backstab her in the book. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So she basically got mono, and that's why she wasn't able to go to Paris Fashion Week. So it was no underhanded type situation. And now I did get mad at her in the book because it was one day she took like a 4-hour lunch or something, and she told Andy she couldn't leave the desk. So child, Andy can't go to the restroom.
I know.
Can't do nothing. Kids, you cannot leave the desk. Someone has to be there at all times to answer the phone. And I was really annoyed with her that day because she was gone for a very long time, and I felt like she was taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, now I'm a senior assistant. Let me make you suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, she had her minor annoyances, but yeah, I feel like in the movie it wasn't like, oh, she's just this awesome character. She was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even in the book, she was the one who had to end up firing Andy officially. She didn't
Mhm.
even want to do that. She said, "Well, yeah, she called me to tell you that you're fired." Not like she called her and said, "You're fired." So she was just a little bit more compassionate. And I think she felt for Andy. Eventually, she ended up kind of liking Andy a little bit. So I think she respected her for walking away, but at the same time, that wasn't what she would do. But I don't know.
Exactly, and I was wondering, I'm reading, I'm like, "Why don't they just work together? Because if you work
Yeah.
together, you can make the load, like, so much lighter on
Yeah.
each." But I
Yeah.
feel like when you're working for someone like Miranda, she's just a narcissist and she pits people against each other to
Yeah.
vie for her affection and her approval. So
Yeah.
it's not like she fosters a environment of camaraderie, right? She
Yes.
fosters that competitiveness, you know?
Absolutely.
So that makes sense working for her. Now, speaking of Miranda, okay, Miranda Priestly, the editor in chief of Runway Magazine, okay? Now, in the book, there was some differences.
Mhm.
In the book, she was a total tyrant. I was like, I
Mhm.
don't think that woman had one redeeming quality in that
Not
book.
any.
Okay.
Not
At
any.
no point in time did she have redeeming quality. In the book, she had this
Mm-mm.
weird, creepy husband that used to be, trying to talk to Andy all the time. And I'm like, what he got?
Yeah.
Like, what
And
is
he
he
called
got?
him and he called himself in third person.
Yeah, he was really weird. And
He
then
was.
in the movie, her marriage was rocky. Okay. And
Yeah.
Andy had came up and saw her and her husband in an argument. And in the movie, they were going to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like in the movie they made her a little more sympathetic, a little more
Yes.
human.
More
At
softer.
the end, she kinda was smiling, and she also in the movie, she gave Andy a good recommendation.
Sure
Baby,
did.
book Miranda wasn't studying Andy. Do you hear
Mm-mm.
me? She did
Mm-mm.
not like her. She did
Nope.
not forgive her for quitting. She was kinda
Nope.
starting to like her when she came to, Paris, and
Paris.
she kinda like, you kinda reminded me of myself, you know what I'm saying? You cutthroat, I like that.
And that was it.
Yeah, she did not forgive her. She did not give her a good recommendation. The only way that Andy was able to get another job was because she hooked up with somebody who also worked for Miranda and couldn't stand her, right? But yeah, which did you prefer? Did you prefer book Miranda or movie Miranda?
I could not stand Book Miranda. I did not like her not one bit. I thought she was just too demand. I thought she asked for some of the most stupidest, ridiculous things for no reason. Okay, I can understand you run a magazine, you're editor in chief, and you're really, really busy. But some of the stuff that you demanded was just a bit too much. It was over the top.
Mhm.
And like you said, she didn't care about nobody. She had no redeeming qualities about her whatsoever. In the movie, she did have some redeeming qualities. Now, the one thing that I didn't like in the movie that she did make Andy call Emily and tell Emily that she was going to be going to Paris instead of Emily. I didn't like that. That was pretty much the only thing I didn't really like. I mean, aside from all the stupid stuff she had her doing. But
Yeah.
even in the movie, some of the stuff wasn't as ridiculous as a lot of the stuff that she was doing in the book.
Yeah,
It
in the
it was
book, it was
it was
crazy.
over the top.
It
Uh,
was crazy. And then the breaking point in the movie for Andy, Miranda told her to get her child a passport. So
yeah, I was
her children to come to
that day.
like that day or like the next day. So
Yeah,
she's like, "I'm gonna get my child a passport." And Andy's like, "How supposed to get a child a passport?" And then Andy was like, "This child has a parent, a dad, a
a
step
nanny. Yeah,
nanny, caretaker, and somehow it's my fault that you didn't get your
right,
child a passport. Are you
right.
smoking?"
Yeah, like you didn't. Oh, you're not staying on top of your job. Why didn't you know this? What are you talking about? Why would I know whether or not your child's passport is expired?
Why would I
I
know
know.
that?
I
And my
just met you literally 7 months ago, however long it was. I don't know nothing
exactly.
about that.
Exactly. Child Miranda was on one all the
Yeah,
time. And it's like
yeah.
she people in this hyper state of, anxiety.
Fear and
Said everything
anxiety.
was an
Yeah,
emergency. Why didn't you do this? Do this now. And she gave vague instructions on purpose. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? She would be so vague. Like she would tell Andy, "Girl, go pick up my car." Andy like, "Pick up your car." She like, "What car? Where your car at?" Girl, I
Right,
don't have time to be answering your incessant questions. You're
right.
competent. Go get my car.
Exactly, exactly.
Andy like, "What car?"
Exactly, exactly. And go get such and such. And she's like, well, who is that? Just ridiculous stuff,
It
just
was
oh, and then
crazy.
calling her from Paris to transfer her call to somebody who's always in Paris. So she calling
Exactly.
from
To
Paris
somebody in
to New
Paris.
York.
So do
Yeah,
you
to transfer me. Yeah, because I can't pick up the phone and call him myself. Come on now.
I picked up the phone to call you, but you need to pick up the
Right,
phone and call this person and the
right,
number you already have.
right. Exactly. I can call you. 'Cause yeah,
Ask God. It's
just
just yeah,
crazy.
like she couldn't lift a finger to do nothing. You do this and do that. But that card really took me out because in the book we open with Andy about to kill herself trying to drive a stick shift because Miranda told her, go get my car. So
Yeah.
she called like 10 different places to figure out, first of all, what car,
Where and where it
and then
is. Yeah.
where's the car, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then, oh, it's a stick shift. And Miranda has no concern for anybody, like
Mm-mm.
none. No
Mm-mm.
empathy, no sympathy. She didn't even ask, girl, can you drive a stick shift? She does not care. It's like, just
Doesn't
figure it
care.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just did not like her in the book, not even a little bit. I just like this woman is hateful. She's
Mhm.
evil. I don't care what you're responsible as far as the fashion industry. You don't treat people like that. That's
You
just
don't.
no, that's just not right.
It's
So
just
there's
a
something wrong with you for you to treat
person.
people like that all the time.
Yeah, just a horrible person. They gave a little bit more of her background, I think, in the book. They said that she was Jewish.
Yeah,
She came from a poor family, a lot of
she did.
kids, and so she
Yeah.
tried to distance herself from, how she grew up and stuff like that. So I did try to give her a little background. Now, what I will say is I feel like it was realistic. I mean, she was a ridiculous figure,
Mhm.
but it was realistic in the fact that if someone is that narcissistic,
Mhm.
they kind of pull you into their world
That's
and
right.
you will go crazy. It's
That's
crazy
right.
trying to please them.
Yep.
What I'm saying? And it's like everyone around her gets caught up and everyone is on eggshells. Everyone is anxious. Everyone has anxiety. You know what I'm saying? These people wouldn't even go. Andy talked about how she didn't have any preventive care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go to the dentist, couldn't go to a doctor, any of that. She had to sneak out and get this done or that done. That
Yeah.
woman did not care. If it's your
Yeah.
birthday, she don't care. You broke
Yeah.
your leg, she don't care. Yeah, so I do think it was kind of realistic in that a person who is that bad at that age is really not gonna change.
Absolutely not.
They're just not.
Absolutely
And she did not. She
no.
didn't change.
No, no,
She
just gonna
didn't
get
change.
older. She ain't gonna change, she's just gonna get older.
Exactly. Cause I was like, you know what? It's a book. I said maybe she'll start to appreciate
Mm-mm.
Andy. She did in the end talk about, what do you want to do and things like that.
Yeah,
But like I said, it seemed like Andy was like, "Oh, I'm about to get this job at the New Yorker," and then she come in yelling at her about freaking passports for the kids. Like
mhm,
her foolishness is incessant. It's
yeah,
never ending.
insane, insane.
She was disgusting. But let me tell you, in the movie Meryl Streep, baby, Meryl Streep ate down.
She yeah, she is the reason why she made the Miranda Priestly iconic.
I
I mean, yes, yes.
iconic. She looked good,
Oh my
baby.
god,
She
did
didn't
she
look
look
good.
good?
She looked it good.
Yes,
Okay. Oh
looked
my
it.
God.
That looked
Looked
it
it
good.
good, girl. I love
Yeah,
it. That scene in the movie where Andy was laughing about the blue belt, like they were like, "Oh, should I wear this blue or that one?" Honey, the way she read her down about
girl.
blue and
Yes,
how she thinks that she's above it all, but no, baby, you a cog in the wheel, baby. You making it happen. I said she ate down. Do you
she
hear
did.
me?
And
She
she
made
did it
that character
and
iconic.
she did it in a dignified way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She just explained it to her.
Yeah.
"Well, let me explain this to you, you know.
Yeah.
So man, she was just iconic in that role.
She
Oh my
was.
God, beautiful. The clothes look good on her. I
Mhm.
mean, she was calm and icy in the movie, but she
Yeah.
wasn't hateful and evil like she was in the book.
Yeah, there was some softness that they tried to give her or whatever, and she played that role. She
Oh
killed it.
my
She
God, did she
killed
ever?
it. Yeah,
She
I
did.
loved it.
I
I
loved it too.
Meryl
I
Streep.
loved
Notice that Meryl Streep is the first actress who we named.
Oh, that's true.
The rest of them, okay, all right, they
Well,
were all right.
Emily was Emily Blunt. That was easy to remember.
Okay, Emily was Emily Blunt,
Yeah.
yes, and then the guy who played Nate, I'm not sure who he was. The actress who played Lily, they did change it because in the book she was white, right? So
Yes.
they did change
Yes.
her to a black character. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. It's cool to see a
Yeah.
black investigator. Well, now that I say that, moving on. Okay, so and the number one character we have to talk about is the star Andy. Okay, so let me tell you what I said. Let me get to my notes. I
Okay.
said Andy is a smoking, sweaty mess in the book. She's serving Miranda on dirty dishes. She ignores her boyfriend. She did not curse Emily out for taking a 4-hour lunch. She's smoking a pack of cigarettes a day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Decides to stay in Paris after Lily almost died in a
Yeah.
car accident. Okay, let me tell you, book Andy, book Andy. You know what
I
I'm
did
saying?
not like her.
I was just, you know, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know,
Mm-mm.
girl, because I feel like, okay, there are things that are Miranda's fault. Yes, Miranda's a person with no redeeming qualities. Got
Yep.
it. And who telling you to be smoking and burning up those people designer clothes? We introduced to her, you know, she got ashes going everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a hole in this shirt. Oh, I
Yeah.
burnt a hole in these pants. Oh, this $3,000 worth of merchandise I just ruined. Oh, my sweaty hands, I'm rubbing them on my suede pants and
Yeah.
ruining my suede
Yeah.
pants. She mad at Miranda. She doing a little passive aggressive stuff like not washing Miranda plate. I was disgusted.
I was too.
I was disgusted. You
I was
giving this woman food off this dirty plate every
Yeah.
single day. She like wipe it
Yeah.
down, but she didn't wash it.
Yeah.
Just no accountability.
Yeah.
No accountability. Nothing was her fault.
Mm-mm.
She had no choice in anything.
None.
I was like, girl, stand up.
Yeah, I didn't like her at all. And then even when she started talking about, oh, I wanted to spit in her food, but I decided not to.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why are you that way? If it's
Quit.
just quit. You'll get your job some other kind of way. If you're talented enough to be able to be a writer for the New Yorker, you
You'll
don't
be
have
a
to put
writer.
up with this.
Yes.
You know?
Walk away with your dignity, ma'am.
Exactly. But she liked the perks.
Yeah.
She liked being able to get in that cab every morning and then bill it to the company. And she liked being able to call a restaurant and use Miranda Priestly's name and
go in your closet to get her designer clothes in the beginning.
Absolutely. She
Yeah,
liked
well,
all
she
the
didn't care
perks.
nothing about designer clothes.
Yeah, exactly. So she liked all those perks, but I
Mhm.
just did not like her character. It was just so many things that she did that I agree with you. I didn't like the fact that she smoked. It just,
Look,
I
if you
just didn't like
smoke
her.
and you subscribe to the channel, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and like this and hype it up. You know what I'm
Sorry.
saying? We love you and we appreciate you.
We do.
we do. But we talking about this movie character, baby. Please don't take this personally.
But we're talking about the book character.
Uh, yeah, in the movie, smoking. And I think the smoking is like a symbolism for someone who is unstable in literature, right? So she was
Yeah.
unstable. She needed to grow as a character.
Yeah.
So I think that they had her smoking to show that. But in the movie,
Yeah.
I don't think she had a habit.
No, she did. She didn't smoke. No, not in the movie.
But she didn't have an addiction. No, I actually think she was more likable in the movie.
Oh my God.
Anne Hathaway I
Yes.
think, did a great job playing her. I think that Anne Hathaway was likable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I think that she wasn't as annoying in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You can still see that evolution of her, like being so
Mhm.
confident and knowing who she was, and then
Mhm.
people calling her a size 6 and acting like she fat and stuff, and how she just kind of started to morph into Miranda, morph
Mhm.
into the women that she was making fun of earlier, and she really started to lose herself in that
Yes.
environment because when she first started, she was very clear that
Mhm.
no, this is not the person I am. These are
Yeah.
not my values. And I felt like for me, the movie and the book, I think that they were kind of making fun of the world of runway, but I think more so in the book. I think in the movie, they had a level of respect for the
Mhm.
fashion industry and
Yeah.
in the book, they were kind of just making fun of it a little more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because the fashion industry should be, applauded for what they do bring to even us low life people who don't buy all those designer clothes.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that stuff does trickle down to designs that we end up wearing. So I think it should be applauded, but Andy just kind of just fell into the trap and she did become somebody completely different. That was what her boyfriend said. That was what
Yeah.
her good friend said. That was even what her family said, the same thing. She didn't have time to go and see her new nephew who was born.
In the book,
I'm like,
nephew, I like the sister and the husband, the
I did
characters.
too.
Not in the movie. I wish they had brought him to the movie, but I really
Yeah.
like those characters. And Andy, she had a new nephew. She didn't make time for anyone.
Yeah.
Like I said, she was not taking accountability for the fact that you made a choice. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You can choose to tell Miranda no. And if you tell
Yep.
her no, you might have to quit. She might fire you. But okay, you'll have your dignity. And
That's
I
right.
love in the book when she finally got fed up about that passport stuff and she said, F.
But see, I didn't even like her saying "F you." To me, that wasn't necessary. And I liked in the movie the way she handled it, the way she just threw that phone in the water and said, "I'm gone. I'm
And
through
just
with you."
walked off.
I just kind of think that just lowered her to me. All you had to do was say, "I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this no
Yeah.
more."
I
So
Yeah, I
yeah.
liked it because I was waiting for her to tell Miranda off the
Mhm.
whole time I'm reading the book. I'm like, when is she gonna stand up for herself? When is she gonna establish some boundaries? When is she gonna tell this woman where to get off? So I like that part in the book. I was like, girl, go ahead. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so let's talk about our ratings. You ready to get into our ratings?
Okay, so as far as the book rating, I would give the book a 2, which is, and
Okay.
that's just because I didn't like the characters. I didn't
Mm,
like Andy. I didn't like Miranda. I didn't like Lily.
yeah.
Emily was better in the book. She was okay to me. Alex, Nate in the movie, Alex in the book, he was okay. I liked her parents in the book, but I did not like the main characters. I didn't like some of the things that we talked about earlier that Andy was doing, like just serving Miranda on dirty plates. I know this lady was crazy, but I mean, come on, you need to still have some dignity about yourself. Is that really
Exactly.
the type of person you are? If I don't like you, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm just going to go on about my business.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So I just have to give it a 2. So that's where I'm at with that one.
Actually not surprised 'cause it took you a long time. I kept and Della beat she reads the books quickly like I do. I'm like, girl, you finished that book? No. Girl, you finished that book? No. I'm gonna finish the book. So you were not enjoying it.
No, I was not. I was not. I probably should have gave it a 1, but there was a few little redeeming things about it, but I gave it a 2.
Okay, so for me, I gave the book a TBR.
Mm.
Okay, I said put it on your to be read list. I actually liked that the story was different. I felt that even though the book was published a long time ago, I feel like I haven't read a book like it. So I like that the subject matter was different. I didn't look up the author Lauren Weisberger,
Yeah.
but it gave me that maybe she had worked at Vogue or something like that. Maybe she
Mhm.
has some type of insider knowledge. So
And
I
she
don't know. I
did.
can figure it out. Okay,
She
cool.
did. She
So
did.
yeah, I felt like she was kind of writing about like personal experiences a little bit. So I
Mhm.
really like that. And I mean, I think Vogue is a staple. It's an icon. People know about it. So it's kind of like familiar subject matter. But
Mhm.
I didn't know that much about Anna Wintour. Child, I hope she don't carry on in such a way. But if she does, that's her baby.
Mm.
And I also, like I said, I like how she told her where to get off at the end. I like exactly how she told her where to get
I
off.
didn't like it.
I was waiting for that. I love that moment. And then the misses for me for the book was Andy was tap dancing on my nerves.
Oh God.
He was just
She
tap
was.
dancing on my nerves. She was just complaining, complaining, complaining. I'm like, girl, you
Yep.
do not have to be there. No one has a gun to your head making you keep this job. She
Yep.
kept saying like, oh, I can get my dream job in a year. But baby, if your nerves bad, your mental stability is at risk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
mental
And
health
if
is important. Why?
yeah,
Why
and if you
drive me crazy for a year?
right,
No.
and if you're a good writer, you should be able to get the job, period.
Period. You know what I'm
You have to
saying?
go through this. You went
And
to
you
s you
like
went
a
to
good?
Yeah, you went to college and you got your
Yeah.
degree in journalism.
Yeah.
Come on now. You passed up law school to do that, if I remember that's what her parents said, but I
Yeah, I
mean,
think so.
you gotta have enough confidence in yourself to say, "I don't need this.
Exactly.
I can get to the New York."
Especially these people on here acting like you fat, you a size sis. No, not today. Not today, say. Okay, so now you're ready to rate the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, not today, Satan and The Devil Wears Prada. So fitting. All right, so I'm interested to hear your movie rating because you did say you've seen this movie many times.
I have. I would give the movie a go big. Get you some
Okay.
popcorn, watch the movie. It was a good movie. If it was on TV and I didn't have anything else to watch, I would watch it. So it's not something I would go and search out to watch again. It's just if I saw it was on, I didn't have anything else to watch, I would watch it. I
Yeah.
liked Miranda. I loved Meryl Streep in the movie. She was so cool, so calm, so icy. She was demanding, but she made it seem more glamorous. It kind of took away the way that the company itself would drain you and take
Yeah.
away your dignity because
Yeah.
she did it in such a glamorous way. So you
Yeah.
almost kind of said, well, okay, I understand why she's demanding. She's running this big magazine, you know. So I did love Meryl Streep in it. And I also thought that Anne Hathaway did an excellent job playing Andy. She kind of was like this girl who walked in there, had no sense of fashion
Yeah.
whatsoever. And I love the way when she first interviewed with Miranda, and Miranda said something. So you've never read our magazine? She said, no. She says, and you have no sense of fashion. And Andy started to say, well, she says, no, no, no.
No.
That was not a question. Love that.
No.
So I just really like the movie. So I would say give it a go big. Sit down, enjoy the movie, get you some popcorn, and enjoy The Devil Wears Prada.
Very good. So for me, my movie rating, I am also giving the movie a go big. I enjoyed the movie. I thought the movie was a fun time.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the fashion. I
Yep.
thought it was escapism to the 10th degree. I enjoyed
Absolutely.
acting. Like you said, Meryl Streep was serving and giving, and Anne Hathaway was serving and giving. I love when Hathaway character Andy had that makeover and she came in, honey. Emily was like, her jaw was on the floor, honey, but she
Mhm.
was looking good. I love
Mhm.
Miranda was looking good. Like I said, I love how smart that character was and how in the book the character was she was like a trope. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The character was very one note.
Yes.
She was developed, but she was developed like this one way, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in the movie, Meryl Streep, the way she played her, what she brought to the character, she brought layers.
Yes.
She was more
Yes.
complex. She had redeeming qualities. She was likable,
Yes.
even absurd foolishness, okay?
Yes.
She was likable. Was that the first movie where it was a hurricane and she was like, "Girl, why you can't get a plane out here?"
Just a little rain or some sprinkles or
Look,
something.
right? So they were acting up. I'm like, "Oh my god, she was funny."
Yeah, she
You
was
know,
funny.
like funny. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I feel
Yeah,
like she had redeeming qualities. And no, everyone did not look good. They looked it good, okay?
they
They
looked it
looked
good.
it good. I loved it. The misses with the movie for me, I did think that the book had a more realistic ending. Like I said, if someone was that narcissistic, they're not gonna not gonna change, right?
Mm-mm.
So I did like it was a more realistic, and I liked the fact that in the book she did not sleep with that Chris guy.
Yeah,
I don't think they had to bring that to the movie, but it's
yeah.
how they gotta do the most.
Well, I think and I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that they put that in the movie because they wanted to show that Christian was really a snake in the movie.
Yeah.
Remember,
Well,
he was trying to.
they made him more of a snake in the movie.
Yeah, they made him more of a stake
He was
in the snake
plotting
in the movie.
against,
Yeah,
Miranda.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, yes, anything else?
No, I agree with you. I loved all the fashion. I loved Emily Blunt playing Emily in the movie. I thought she did a great job as well. And I even like Niles, the guy who, when she went and complaining about, well, she doesn't appreciate anything I do. And he basically kind of read her the riot act too and said, well, let me explain this to you. And then after that, that was when she went and got her makeover and she says, okay, well, I do
Yeah.
need to try harder. I liked his character as well.
Yeah, I like this character as well. In the movie, they had Miranda kind of backstab him, but that did not
Yeah.
happen in the book. Also, in the book, they had like a Andre Leon Talley character
Yes,
that
they
did not
did.
make
They
it to the
did.
movie. He was funny in
Yeah.
the book as well.
Yeah,
So,
he was funny.
yes, so there you have it. Our review of the film adaptation of The Devil Wears Prada. Stay tuned. We are going to go live soon for The Devil Wears Prada 2 movie review. So be on the lookout for that. Now, that's all the show we have for you today. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and go ahead and hype, go ahead and subscribe and show us that love, okay? We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on TikTok. We out here. We in the streets, baby. We out here. Follow us.
Okay, she got to get her fan again, y'all. Hold on just a second. Don't worry about it, girl. I've been there. I know. Don't worry about it.
Baby, that high flash came to steal, kill, and destroy. I'm gonna keep that in there too.
So, oh my goodness.
Hey, Della, what do you want to tell the people?
So until I don't even know what to say anymore. So until the next time, we will meet you
between the margins and the movies. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.